We're stuck in Vermont.
William Blake once said, "If the sun or the moon should doubt, they surely would go out."
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Solberger. We're here in St. Johnsbury on Dog Mountain. We had to drive up a crazy muddy dirt road, which we barely survived, and now we're standing in the Dog Chapel.
It says, "Welcome, all creeds, all breeds, no dogmas allowed."
Artist, children's book illustrator, sculptor Stephen Huneck had a near-death experience, and an inner voice told him he needed to build this chapel.
But you can't bring back a grain of sand with you when you die.
People come from all over the world to see this spot, to walk in the beautiful woods, to remember their dearly departed canine companions. Plus, it's dog friendly, so you can bring your dogs with you.
Then my dogs love being at Dog Mountain.
The doghouse better have a plan, cause Joey is a dog and he's kind of like a man. He is a kick, hold, take it, and he tastes like sticks. You better get to the ground for some wet hot licks, yeah.
I wanted to be an artist, but it's like, how do you do that when you're a poor kid? Got snowed in, and I carved this angel, and I was so high on doing it, and I felt such joy. And I just started carving like crazy. He sold all of them within a couple weeks, and I got this big check. And I just said, this is it. I'm not doing anything else. So it was an amazing ride. And I was in a coma for over 2 months. I died for like 5 minutes, and I came back from that with a whole new vision of the world and myself and what's important. I had to learn to walk again, and my dogs really took care of me. As I progressed, we would go for short walks in the woods and then longer. I remember the moment perfectly where I had this idea popped into my mind, was build a chapel for dogs. The stained glass windows and the light coming in and the dog pews that I carved. It's really a very sacred place. It touches people very deeply. After I got home from the hospital, all I wanted to do was to make art. I had lost all my muscles, and I don't use power tools. I'm a real hand carver. I carve it all with chisels, and they just flowed out of me, and they're famous now. Life is a ball. That was it. I found my niche again, and I did a book called Sally Goes to the Beach, and that was a New York Times bestseller. I stay pretty much by myself. You know, I don't go to parties, and I'm pretty happy just working. I don't give up, and I'm that way with my art, is I've never started a carving that I didn't finish. If you're a creator and you're making art, it's a way of speaking. It's nonverbal communication. But what you got to do is to say what's true. And it's funny, because the truth is funny. Greetings. One dog sniffing another one's butt. Because if you say what's true visually, you really connect with everybody. You want to listen to your inner self. And if you do, you may find that your life changes in a good way. I'm 60 years old, and I feel tremendously energetic. So I'm just really a lucky guy. She's a very good girl. She's so sweet. And I go, doggy, 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 and I run. I remember this running towards this huge white German shepherd. Arrgh! You know, and I still have scars all over. And I've always had a dog since I was free. We read each other's minds. It's just a great deal of love. And I completely respect them. For the rest of my life, I'm going to donate half the money I receive. One of the charities that I've chosen is the Chittenden County Humane Society. I'm just thankful that I'm in the position that I can do that. I was like the very first wave of hippies, and I completely fell in love with it. Oh, wow, I see the light. Good vibes. This is Vermont.
People come to the dog chapel and they leave little notes or photos of their dear departed dogs. And I'll be leaving a little photo for my dear Sheila. I love you, Lord Sheila. We'll get stuck with you again real soon.
I'm looking for some art students to work here this summer as interns. It's a big, beautiful place, and I'd love to help younger people get going, and they can help me.
While you're talking, I'll have images.
Great. That's great. That's much better than this.